Let's talk about something we've all felt, that awkward silence in an online class. You know, where it feels like nobody wants to talk. Well, today we're going to dig into a really cool academic study that figures out why that happens and what we can actually do about it. But first, to set the stage, get this. A language that's already spoken by over 200 million people is suddenly getting this huge promotion on the world stage. And that makes figuring out how to teach it, well, it's more important than ever. Yep, we're talking about the Indonesian language, or Bahasa Indonesia. And its rapid rise is the whole reason this study we're looking at today even happened. And you can really see the momentum building here. I mean, it goes from a proposal in Southeast Asia back in 2011 to becoming an official UNESCO language just last year. And the big goal? Getting it recognized as an official language of the United Nations by 2045. This whole international push is exactly why getting the teaching part right is so critical. But here's the thing. Teaching any language online comes with a massive challenge. And it's a problem that goes way beyond this one language. It really gets to the heart of what makes online learning so darn tricky for everyone. I'm sure you know this feeling. You log into that Zoom class or maybe a work meeting, and it just turns into a monologue, right? One person talks, and everybody else just sits there, muted, listening. And according to the research we're diving into, this isn't just a little awkward. It's actually really bad for learning. It creates this vicious cycle. See, students get so used to just listening that they become passive. Then they don't have the courage to speak up, their confidence drops, and, well, their skills never really improve because they're just not practicing. So, to really get to the bottom of this, researchers decided to put one specific online classroom under the microscope. The class they looked at was part of something called a BIPA program. That just stands for Indonesian for Foreign Speakers. It's basically the official way the language and culture are taught to people all over the world. Okay, so let's meet the players. The study took place at PGRI University Semarang with 2 experienced teachers, and their students were 3 adult learners from Japan, all total beginners who were really motivated to learn practical, conversational Indonesian. And here you go. This is a little peek inside the actual classroom. This screenshot is from one of the Zoom sessions they analyzed. This was pretty much their laboratory for the whole experiment. So, what did they find when they started digging in? Well, they started with something really simple. They just counted who was talking and how often. The big idea here is something called turn taking. You know, a good conversation, it's just like a good game of tennis. One person serves the ball, the other person has to hit it back. It's all about that back and forth rhythm. If one person just stands there hitting ball after ball over the net, well, that's not a game, is it? It's just practice. So, when the researchers started counting the number of conversational shots, they found this. In a single 84-minute class, the teachers took 282 turns speaking, the students 271 turns. Now wait a minute, that looks amazing, right? It's almost perfectly 50-50. So, where's the problem? Well, the problem wasn't the number of turns, it was the length of those turns. This right here, this is a direct quote of a single turn from one of the teachers. It's a long, complicated explanation. Now, what do you think the student's return shot looked like? This. Just one word. The teacher served this complex, detailed volley, and the student just gently tapped the ball back over the net with an, okay. And this is where it all clicks into place. Even though the number of turns was almost equal, the number of actual words spoken tells a totally different story. On average, there were over 3,000 words spoken in a class, but the vast majority were from the teacher's long explanations, not the students' tiny replies. That conversational tennis match, it was completely one-sided. Okay, so we get the problem now. It's a huge imbalance. So let's talk about the solutions. How do you fix this? How do you turn what's basically a monologue into a real conversation? And that brings us to the absolute core of the study's findings. The goal isn't just to get students to say something, anything at all. It's about creating an environment where they can practice real, full, meaningful sentences. It's all about the quality of the conversation, not just the quantity of turns. So based on all this, the researchers came up with 4 key strategies. First up, create a safe space. The fear of making a mistake is what leads to those one-word answers. Second, make it interactive. Use games, use role-playing, anything to break up those long teacher monologues. Third, and this is a big one, keep it real. Focus on practical conversations students might actually have. And finally, you have to actively build their confidence with positive feedback. That's what gives them the courage to really hit the ball back instead of just letting it fly by. And you know what? This isn't just for language classes. This stuff applies to pretty much any online meeting or class. And that really brings it all back home, doesn't it? This isn't just about some BIPA class. It's about every single virtual meeting, every webinar, every online course we're a part of. So the next time you're on a call, just ask yourself, is this a real tennis match we're playing here, or is it just another lecture? Who is really holding the microphone? Some to think about. Thanks for joining me.